reset after halftime.
True enough. Well, here we go. Time to get things started on Ilios. Paris Eternal taking on Atlanta Reign, and we are starting things off on Ruins. Pretty standard stuff from both teams, except for that Symmetra from Finzi. Interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they do with it. This does apply a lot of barrier pressure to the enemy Reinhardt. So the idea is you're charging up on the Rhine.
Oh, speaking of the Rhine, Pokeboy in a lot of trouble here, getting low health, but no, it's Benbest that goes down first, and Nico soon to follow. We'll have to see if they stick with this Symmetra, about 50% through to the first ultimate, but that's going to be a reset for Paris Eternal.
I mean, I think you can continue to stick with this for the time being, because if you can use the Symmetra ultimate to wall off a lot of the damage coming in from the Reign and get control of the point, that's where you can do a lot in terms of setting up some turrets, trying to take advantage of the barrier pressure that you have, and they're going to portal around the flank right now. They're coming from the high ground.
I like it, man. This is something maybe that Atlanta was not expecting, still trying to push in onto that Reinhardt. Of course, Symmetra gains ammo shooting at barriers, so, but that only lasts as long as she's alive. So that's going to be another team fight win for Atlanta, and they are already up to about 25% they need to win this point.
Atlanta's playing this correctly, too. You can't just stand there because you will lose the shield battle, so you have to speed boost in. I like their aggressive use there.
Yeah, and there's the swap. Finzi switching over to the Diva now. I thought it was, you know, on paper, that's a nice idea to try to throw the Symmetra in there, but swapping things back up to something a bit more standard. They're just going to try to rush the point. Again, Paris just needs to get some time on there, but they are trapped in a little tiny room and taking a lot of damage, and Benbest down first again. Atlanta Reign, once again, totally unfazed by what Paris is throwing at them so far. Still the 5v6, though.
And Massa really responsible for that move. On the high ground, separates the Paris tanks. As the rest of the team heads into that choke point, they were bringing up the rear with the Matrix and the Reinhardt shield, and now they're just going to go in.
Yeah, Defran just lobs the grab in there, because why not? Going to try to throw in that self-destruct. No kills out of that one, though. Dako comes slamming back on the back, and what a boop from Massa, Nico, and Benbest off the map again. And it has been all Atlanta so far here on Ilios.
And they're just going to toy with him right now. That's a late stagger, actually. Oh, he didn't die. He got it back up onto the map, had the boosters available.
You just don't see too many teams playing that close to the edge, and that's exactly why you're so vulnerable to those Lucio boosts.
Well, also, Moss has been playing great so far in this one point.
Oh, Cruz, he's dead again, and this is not a team fight I think they're going to win, despite the first death from Cruz.
Cruz's stats stolen, no!
No, our stats! Atlanta, how could you? Into overtime already, and this has been one of the most one-sided control rounds we've seen yet in this season. That's going to be Atlanta taking the first point here on Ilios.
Well, sometimes you roll the dice, Stoa, with that Symmetra. Atlanta responded properly by aggressively moving into them, not letting them play that poke battle for too long before it hurt them. Good shot calling. Of course, we know that that's one of the things that Dogman brings to the team. He's the Dogman with the dog plan most of the time.
And unfortunately, Symmetra from Paris leading to the most asymmetrical result. 100-0 in favor of Atlanta.
Symmetry was not achieved.
Thanos hates that round. Not balanced at all. So Atlanta Reign coming in with a lot of momentum as we move towards well. Should be sick. Ooh, are we going to see the Defran Torb? We've seen it pretty much every time they play this point, I think. So I would imagine he's going to stick with it.
Yep, Paris should be ready for this, but they're going to be playing the Winston triple tank, triple support, and they will be able to dive this hard point by using that Winston. We'll see.
All right, looks like they're ready for it. Defran getting jumped down right away, trying to back up. Pops that Molten Core, pushes back in. And that's going to be another group. What? Massa, how in the world? Finding so many of these environmental kills.
Okay, Massa, I see you with 3 environmental kills already.
That works. Oh, Popo just pulls soon into the well as well with the halt. And yeah, that will be Atlanta Reign eventually winning this fight and claiming the point first.
Whoa, Paris.
All right, then.
Paris, this time, you know, they came in and lost to the 3-3 from Atlanta in the first point, and now they're trying to play 3-3 into this Torbjorn. And remember, Torbjorn's good into the 3-3 because of that Molten Core ultimate.
Yeah.
You can really wear down a lot of the durability of the tanks.
And when the floor is lava, it's not great to be a death ball.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Now, important to note, Defran's never finished this round on Torbjorn. He's yet to win.
But they would have to force him to switch. That's the problem.
So far, teams have been able to do it, but they haven't been able to win it all the time. We'll see if EA is able to stick with it this time around. And that's another one. Pokpo pulls soon right into the well. You gotta watch out for that halt, man. Defran finishes off Benbest, and Again, Paris just looking totally lost. They do get the kill onto Dogman, but that's going to be about it. Now, Defran maybe in a little bit of trouble. Nico trying to get a bit of revenge, but they lose Finzi as well, so it's still going to be Atlanta with the advantage. And right now, just trying to use that supercharger to win this fight efficiently, right?
Yep.
Nico pops a rally. Bold move. They want to try to fight this.
Yeah, Defran's coming back too. He's not swapping up. I agree with this. You haven't lost control of the point yet. You come back and use that Torbjorn ultimate to make the retake so much harder for Paris.
Sure enough.
There it is.
All right, yep. Trying to just cover everything, give his team some zoning potential. Then Hip moves in with the Transcendence. That's going to let them walk all over that Torbjorn ultimate. But now it's going to be the sound barrier for both teams. Self-destruct coming in, and that's going to be a kill onto Benbes. Atlanta turning this one around despite being trapped. But no, Finzi equalizes. A kill from the self-destruct onto Poco, and that's going to lead to another one onto Erster as well. Atlanta finally falling in this team fight to Paris. Long extended brawl, and it has given Atlanta most of the control percent they need to win, but Atlanta finally takes it.
50% by extending that fight, and now they're going to swap off, you would assume. Harder to retake with that Torbjorn. But what the Torbjorn offers is Defran doesn't put the turret down until the Winston uses his jump to engage. And at that point, the turret goes into the back line, and they don't really give them ever a chance to take it out. So now Defran will switch over to Zarya now, but hey, 93%, that's fantastic if you're Atlanta.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. I mean, once you become the attacker, that Torbjorn becomes a little bit less useful, so that's a good swap over Zarya. Atlanta Reign, one fight, and they should be able to win this one. They have over 90% already. Brawling it out now, they've got that Transcendence to try to move in a bit more aggressively, but Paris playing patiently, backing out, giving Atlanta some room. And Atlanta just trying to position themselves, build up a bit more power onto Defran. Zarya perhaps. Erster in trouble, he's down. Hip with a smooth double kill. Finishing off some of those on the Zenyatta.
That's a fight, though, that you expected to lose if you're Atlanta. We call them eco or economy pushes because you're basically just trying to refresh your ult bank right there. They did commit the trance and the rally, but Paris going to be relying now on just Soon's Graviton Surge on the Zarya to make the play.
That's why we saw Atlanta move in so slowly. You know, they just want to get that chip damage, just want to try to build up the ultimates.
Yeah, this may be the last fight, though. It's going to be really close with Paris already at 65%.
You know, after the first round was so convincing for Atlanta, Paris has really sort of stabilized here.
Yeah, they have, and they're going to get a lot of ultimates online now, too.
Yeah, not relying on those environmental kills, that's for sure. Soon, waiting for it, has the grab ready to go. Erster down already. There's the grab, they lose Soon, but that self-destruct from Finzi going to take down Defran as well. Another self-destruct from Atlanta Reign as they try to turn this into something here. With that Primal Rage, though, from Benbes, it's going to be tricky. It does end now, and Dogman is down. Dako, a few members of Atlanta still may be able to claim this fight. Finzi gonna get demeched here. Paris scrambling to get people back to the point. They don't lose
he gets him!
He got it with the Bunny Blaster. No, the uppercut finished him off. Erster's still there on the point, but he's getting chased down into OT, and Paris Eternal, they will nearly equalize. Just gotta close this one out, but Benbes super low here. Now the respawn's coming in for Atlanta. The pendulum swinging back yet again. And it's Atlanta with a good chance to win this one. If they can retake, they do. And now just 6% remain. Defran down, though. He's on that Tracer. Should be able to make it back in a hurry. 98, 99. Into overtime again. It's ticking. Paris needs to get back to the point. Finzi there. Gets demeched. Now Benbes back on the Hammond. May not last too long. Nope. Goes down. Atlanta Reign trying to close this one out. Just Paris Eternal trickling onto the point here.
It looks like this is going to be a mop-up and a win for Atlanta in the end, though.
It should be, right? I mean, it seems like it's only a matter of time for Atlanta to take this map, but Paris trying to stall. It's not enough, in Atlanta Reign will take Ilios.